So it's a good thing. Okay, last award, Lifetime Achievement Award. I know I don't need to explain that to you, but I'm going to. It means this CFO is the cat's meow. It's the top of the heap. He's a virtuoso, a superstar. This CFO has had impact with a capital I. Does that make sense? Is it clear? Maybe there's some more superlative that I missed, and then our presenter, Mike Jeannette's going to be able to think of them, which would be great. But let's talk about Mike for a second. Mike is the Senior Vice President of Wells Fargo Orange County Middle Market Group. Wells Fargo also has had a very long history in California with its first appointment in Anaheim in 1860. Wells does a lot of great lending, but I'd say Wells is equally proud of and should be proud of all the great giving back it does to Orange County. This includes contributing over 3,012,000 volunteer hours per year to Orange County philanthropies. That's a big deal. Good job, Wells. I have seen this firsthand. Sitting on the board of Team Kids at Wells has supported tremendously, so they really do what they say they're going to do, and it's impressive. So thank you, Wells, and thank you, Mike. A few fun facts about Mike. Mike, his wife, his daughter, and his son are all graduates of USC, and what that means these days is that Mike's kids are really smart. One of his passions, this one, I love it. I don't know why I love it so much. One of his passions is fishing, particularly with his son. But this includes fishing off the piers in Dana Point and San Clemente. Mike fishes off those piers. It's amazing, and I love that. Good job, Mike. Who does that? It's amazing. So I'm going to state something that's obvious, but you'll see, obviously, when I say it. Mike has the best hair in banking. And it's 100% real and natural. There's no color. There's no plugs. That's the real deal. He swore it. He signed a statement. And he said, and I got to tell you, I don't know. He said his biggest frustration as a banker was not having more gray hair to get more respect. I say, yeah, whatever, Mike. Yeah, we all wish we had that problem. So anyway, I asked Mike what makes a great CFO. And here's what Mike said. A great CFO is a great leader, able to adapt an organization financially for the future, staying ahead of capital needs, banking needs, and system needs. Someone who manages well through adversity. I think that's really well said. I'm sure Mike's Lifetime Achievement Award recipient is such a CFO. So with no further ado, I present the final presenter, Mike Jeannette.
Well, thank you very much, Dan. I was a little nervous about getting up here and giving my presentation, but when I heard Dan talking about all the introductions, I got even more nervous. Wasn't sure what you're going to say. We spent 15 minutes getting to know each other before this day, and at the end of it, he said, "Is that all you got?" Yeah, after hearing his introduction, I realize now that I don't have a whole lot. But thank you. I appreciate the introduction, Dan. It's a privilege to be up here tonight to celebrate the exceptional people of finance in Orange County and to be here in person, which I'm sure you're all grateful for. I'd like to begin my comments by first thanking Richard Reisman and his team at the OCBJ for being a catalyst that brings the OC business community together with such great events like the CFO Awards like tonight. And tonight is just another fine example of the tremendous job they do in keeping the business community connected here in Orange County, and that's much appreciated. And as Dan mentioned, I'm the commercial banking leader for Wells Fargo's commercial banking team here in Orange County, and I'm proud to stand here as a representative of the extraordinary team of bankers that serve this market, several of which are sitting over here at table 2 that will soon be mocking me. As a commercial banking leader for Wells Fargo's middle market banking team, I know how much time and effort goes into helping people and businesses succeed financially. Wells Fargo has been in this county for a long time, and we are proud to be one of the leading commercial banks representing the market and to have the privilege of working with many of the CFOs in this room tonight. I personally know what a talented group of CFOs we have in this community. And Wells Fargo genuinely cares about Orange County. As Dan mentioned, we contribute several $1 million per year to local nonprofits and charities right here in Orange County. And our team of bankers do contribute aggregately in excess of 10,000 hours per year right here to the community. And with such an emphasis on the value of community and giving back, I was extremely excited to learn that I would be announcing this particular winner, CFO of the Year Lifetime Achievement Award. Now let me tell you a little bit about this very special honoree. He has many years of experience as a CFO, having worked for some of the most recognizable public companies in Orange County. He has been in his current role for 6.5 years, and during that time, he has helped lead the company in growth and through arguably one of the most challenging periods ever seen for any business, let alone a retailer. Over the last year and a half, he has had to close and reopen all 240 retail store locations, renegotiate leases, pivot to an all e-commerce platform, manage through challenges in the supply chain, deal with increased labor costs and staffing issues, and on and on and on. And I know none of this is new to anybody in this room. I think everybody's experienced it in the last couple years. And aside from the spectacular job he did in navigating his company through the challenges of COVID, he has also helped the company grow revenue and shareholder value during his tenure. More specifically, revenue is up 55% from when he started, quarter over quarter, and by the way, the latest earnings call reported the highest quarterly revenue figure in the company's history. The stock price is up roughly 60% from when he joined the company, and up over 350% from an all-time low shortly after the pandemic began. And while these are all great accomplishments, this award is for lifetime achievement. And in that regard, what does this recipient have on their resume? After graduating from Cal Poly SLO with a business degree, he started his career in the audit practice at Deloitte, where he spent 6 years serving mostly public companies. He then spent over a decade at PacSun in several roles, which led to his appointment to CFO in November 2007. He then spent 3 years at Quicksilver, originally brought in as a consultant, but migrated to a full-time role and ultimately to being named SVP Global Controller. In mid-2015, he joined his current employer, Tilly's, as CFO. Hint, hint. In January 2019, he was the recipient of the CFO of the Year Award for a public company, so he's been here before. So with no further ado and much pleasure, I'd like to announce this year's CFO Lifetime Achievement Award to Mike Henry, Tilly's.
This is amazing. Thank you, Richard, the Orange County Business Journal, all the sponsors and judges for this wonderful honor. The comment was made about managing through adversity. My goodness. I originally became CFO at PacSun really just as the 2007-2008 economic crisis was beginning. Talk about wonderful timing. And then, of course, these last 18 months of managing a consumer-facing business through a 100-year pandemic has just been extraordinary. As you mentioned just a few minutes ago, it's about teams. I am only standing up here because I've had tremendous, talented teams supporting me my entire career. I'm not up here because I did anything extra special. Yes, I work hard just like everyone else in this room does, but it's only because of the teams that I've had. My career here in Orange County started at Deloitte. I had the very good fortune to be mentored by partners like Tony Sherbach, Nate Franke, Steve Pizzula, Robert Dance, Greg Palmy, not just in the years that I was in Deloitte, but in the years that followed. Folks like Frank Schools, who hired me in it as the PacSun controller originally. My predecessor CFOs there, Carl Womack and Jerry Cheney. Folks like Brad Holman and Richard Shields at Quicksilver. And then, of course, my Tilly's team. I continually still learn from our co-founder and executive chairman, Hezi Shaked, our CEO, Ed Thomas. I'm so thankful to have those two to lean on at any point in time. We have such a wonderful, engaged, and supportive board. I have the best executive team I've ever had in my entire career sitting over there at table 7. There's no way we get through these last 18 months without the collective effort that we had to undertake. I mean, when this thing kicked in, we didn't know how long everything was going to be shut down. We had to go into like DEFCON 4 mode. Like, we may not survive longer than a year, 6 months, who knows, depending on what happens. It was such an extraordinary period of time. We started when I got here at Tilly's back in 2015. We were swimming upstream against the so-called retail apocalypse to begin with, right? And that was tough enough. And we accomplished a successful secondary offering in 2018. And fast forward a little more than a year, and here we are against a 100-year pandemic. Normal playbook stuff, nothing, But the only way we got through it is this incredibly talented group of people that I get to work with each and every day, and I'm so thankful for all of them. I have to thank my wonderful wife, Shelley, who has put up with me a lot in these last 18 months, especially. I mean, we've been together 9 years, but her tireless love and support, especially when I'm super grumpy, which I've been a lot in the last 18 months as we've gone through this process. Man, I'm just so blessed and fortunate to have all these wonderful people around me my entire career. Couldn't be more humbled and honored to receive this wonderful recognition on behalf of all of us who have earned it together. Thank you.
Right, here we go. We're about to close this thing down. I'd like to, what I realized listening to every award recipient, that any one of them could be a better master of ceremonies than me. They are so well spoken. I can't believe you guys. It's an amazing night, so thank you. All right, so thank you to all the sponsors. Clearly, without the sponsors, we couldn't have this incredible event. It's so important. It's such an important event to recognize CFOs. They're such the foundation and building blocks and critical elements to all these incredible teams. So fun to listen to them accept these awards. Thank you to everybody that attended and bought tables and bought seats. That's why we're all here, and so it makes the event what it is. Thank you to the incredible Orange County Business Journal. I know you've heard it a lot tonight, but it's not just a community newspaper. It's not just a community email blast. It's not just incredible events like this. It's really such a critical part of our Orange County community. It's the only paper I read pretty much. And so I just want to have a big round of applause to Richard and Tiffany and the whole crew from the Orange County Business Journal. So important. We're so lucky. We're so lucky to have them. And then here's a final note. I want to share a story. So I was recently at a memorial service for an amazing woman. And she had an independent children's bookstore for 50 years and just had a big impact on her community and just was really well loved and just incredible. And two of her grandchildren put together this video documentary talking about her and the bookstore and all the people that it impacted, and it was really special. But there was this one part of the video where this woman was reading her favorite children's book to a group of kids called Only One You. And and the book was about a little fish, and the fish was going to go out into the world, and the fish's parents, every page was some additional advice that the parents were giving the fish about how to navigate the world and what's out there. And this one page of this book, it just stuck with me and it resonated with me and it made me think about tonight. And so I'm going to share it with you guys. So the advice that the fish's parent gave on this one page was this. It was very simple advice. They said, blend in when you have to and stand out when you can. Blend in when you have to and stand out when you can. And I think that's such incredible advice for anyone, but for CFOs who a lot of people think should blend in, stand out when you can. The people that have received awards and they're in this room, you stand out when you can. You be leaders. That's it. Thanks, everybody. I think we're going to have Richard up here for some final.
I really appreciate a lot of the remarks Dan just made and Mike from Wells about how we keep the business community connected. You know, I certainly have respect for those who take precautions, but there's no substitute for just getting together and being face to face. And I'm just so extraordinarily happy to just see so many of you out here today. And I'm sure a lot of you are just enjoying each other's companies. And this is part of what the Business Journal is about, is just keeping the community connected. And I'm proud of that. What an accomplished group of winners we had tonight. You know, we've recognized well over 50 CFOs over the years, and you know, the crops, I think they get stronger and stronger. So I'm very proud of that, and I'm also very proud of how Dan Lubeck came off the bench. I mean, literally, the quarterback got injured. Last minute, it's like, you know, who can we call? And number 7, get up there. I think we're gonna. That's the number on it. That's the number on his back. I think we're going to have a USC problem next year. Is it the veteran or the rookie? I don't know. Let me ask Dan to step back up. We have a token of our appreciation. It's just a small token of our appreciation. And I want to thank the Surf and Sands Hotel for making Dan's staycation possible. So the good news is, you know, 5 more incredible recipients. The better news is we have just, you know, so much talent that is still available for next year. We're going to have great recipients, just like I promised the last time. We're going to have great recipients again next time. Of course, I'd be remiss if I didn't thank my team, especially Tiffany Benando, Melanie Collins, Jamie Derby, Sonia Chung, Summer Bowles, Caitlin Nierenberg, Bobby Dorman, Kim Lopez, Corinne Decker, Shelley Asher, and Steve Gall. And of course, my team at home, Jennifer Turner, my new bride. Thank you for your support. I love you. Finally, I'd like to ask all the award recipients to step over there. We're going to take some photographs. And lastly, find that business journal that's by your seat. Look at the back cover. If there's a orange dot on the back cover, that beautiful flower arrangement on your table belongs to you, so take it home. Thank you all for coming. Hope to see you next year. And let's all go to the bar.